हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल। आज हम क्लास 8 इंग्लिश के लेसन 3.3 के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स देखेंगे। तो चलिए बिना देरी किए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रीड द स्टोरी एंड चूज द एप्रोप्रिएट मीनिंग्स। फर्स्ट है स्ट्रगलिंग आर्टिस्ट। आंसर, आर्टिस्ट ट्राइंग हार्ड टू अर्न अ लिविंग। नेक्स्ट है स्केलेटन ब्रांचेस। आंसर, बेयर ब्रांचेस। नेक्स्ट है वेल्डेड द ब्रश। आंसर, पेंटेड skillfully। नेक्स्ट है पैलेट। आंसर, अ बोर्ड यूज बाय आर्टिस्ट टू मिक्स कलर्स। नेक्स्ट है मास्टरपीस। आंसर, एन एक्सेप्शनली ब्यूटीफुल वर्क ऑफ आर्ट। सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, मेक पेयर्स ऑफ sentences to show the difference between the meanings of the following homographs from the story। आंसर, फर्स्ट सेंटेंस है ध्रुव डेवलप अ कीन इंटरेस्ट इन स्पोर्ट्स। सेकेंड है शशि कुड नॉट पे द इंटरेस्ट ऑन द लोन दैट ही हैड टेकन फ्रॉम द बैंक। नेक्स्ट है वेल। फर्स्ट सेंटेंस है पूर्वीज ग्रैंडमदर वाज नॉट फीलिंग वेल। सेकेंड है द वाटर इन द वेल वाज अबाउट टू ड्राई अप। नेक्स्ट है लेफ्ट, आई वॉज टोल्ड टू टर्न लेफ्ट बट आई टुक द रॉन्ग टर्न। सेकेंड है for lunch I ate whatever was left in the fridge। Next है just, Chandragupta Maurya was a just king of ancient India। Second sentence है Vivan just had to pick up Sia from the airport। Next है mind। First sentence है Shekhar didn't mind that he wasn't invited to Chaos party। Second sentence है Krena's mind was always open to new ideas। Third question, state the fact about the story। Answers, main characters Sue, Johnsy, Mr. Behrman। Problem, Johnson's imagination that she would die when the last ivy leaf fall. Attempts made to solve it. Sue tried to make Johnsy understand that her imagination was wrong. She even tried to make her fall asleep so that she did not spend the night looking out at the ivy vine। Climax turning point, Johnsy seeing the last leaf clinging to the stem and not falling off, Sweeper finding Behrman in wet clothes with scattered brushes and a palette with yellow and green color mix. Problem solved. Mr. Behrman painted a leaf on the brick wall when the last one fell off, and Johnsy realizes her mistake of losing the will to live and wants to get better. However, Mr. Behrman suffers from pneumonia and dies in a hospital 2 days later, having painted his masterpiece. Next question. Say whether the following statements are right or wrong. Answers, Sue and Johnsy were very close friends, right? B. Sue was a rich girl, wrong. C. Johnsy was hopeful that she will leave, wrong. D. Behrman was a hard-hearted person, wrong. E. The last leaf fell off during the rain, right. F. Johnsy realized that her thinking was wrong, answer right. Next, Behrman did not know anything about the last leaf on the ivy, answer wrong। Fifth question, correct the following statements। First है Sue and Johnsy were good neighbors। Correct statement, Sue and Johnsy were good friends। Next, Johnsy was eager to recover from her illness। Correct statement, Johnsy had lost hope of recovering from her illness। Next, Sue ignored Johnsy completely, answer, Sue took good care of Johnsy। Next, Behrman was a very heartless person, correct statement, Behrman was a warm-hearted person। Next है, the real ivy leaf did not fall off at all, correct statement, the real ivy leaf fell off during the rain। Next, the last leaf was a real leaf that survived, correct statement, the last leaf was the leaf painted by Behrman on the wall। Sixth question, read the description of the following from the story and describe any one of them using your own words. फर्स्ट है आईवी वाइन. The ivy vine outside the window was an old and twisted vine that grew halfway up the brick wall. Its roots had decayed, and the cool autumn wind had taken away most of its leaves. The leafless branches were left clinging to the brick wall. Next, Behrman. Behrman was Sue and Jones's ground floor neighbor. He was field painter because he had been painting for 40 years but had not made any money. He would always talk about painting a masterpiece but had never painted one. Sue called him to her flat to model for her because he earned his living by serving as a model to the young artists in the colony. Next, the last leaf that Johnsy saw. Johnsy thought that the last leaf of the ivy vine had not dropped, and she decided not to think of dying. Actually, the last leaf had dropped in the rain. The leaf that Johnsy saw was the leaf that Mr. Behrman had painted on the wall to save Johnsy's life. This was his masterpiece. Seventh question. In the following sentences, point out the main clause and subordinate clause and circle the subordinator. First है, there was a colony where many struggling artists lived. Main clause, there was a colony. Subordinate clause, where many struggling artists lived. Subordinator, where. Next, though Sue looked after her well, Johnsy showed no sign of improvement. Main clause, Johnsy showed no sign of improvement. Subordinate clause, though Sue looked after her well. Subordinator, though. Next, old Behrman was a painter who lived on the ground floor. Main clause, old Behrman was a painter. Subordinate clause, who lived on the ground floor. Subordinator, who. Next, Johnsy was sleeping when the two went upstairs. Main clause, Johnsy was sleeping. Subordinate clause, when the two went upstairs. Subordinator, when. Next, I want to see the last one before it falls. Main clause, I want to see the last one. Subordinate clause, before it falls. Subordinator, before. 8th question. Compose an imaginary dialogue between Sue and Johnsy when they realize about what Behrman had done for Johnsy. इसका आंसर आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हो. स्टूडेंट, यहाँ हमारे लेसन 3.3 के क्वेश्चन आंसर कंप्लीट हो गए हैं. अगर आपको वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगा हो तो वीडियो को लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करना न भूलिए. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.